All right, today we get Signature Series in MLB Show 25, generally one of the more better series in the game. So that drops today, and now they have their own collection that will be used probably later on. So now the only one we're kind of waiting on is essentially Hall of Fame, which I'm sure at this point will probably get its own program at some point. But today we got roster updates. We got sixth or seventh inning program stuff coming on there. New programs coming next week. 32 team affinity stuff's coming in 2 weeks, and the Shark map is back. So if you want to hear more and keep up to date with all the MLB Show stuff, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that stuff. So let's get into this and let's see what we got going on today in MLB Show 25. And I'm just stalling so I can switch over. Alrighty, so today let's just start off with the calendar. So you see here next week on the 22nd, there is a live stream alongside the 7th inning program and weekend classic. And then come Tuesday, new programs. And then in 2 weeks, 30 new team affinity programs, and it looks like the Shark map is back. So it's a little bit later, but they're dropping it with the 7th inning. So that'll be good. It usually has a lot of stuff in it, so I'm sure it'll tie in what that new program is. Who the heck knows? But you see there's some there are 9 new diamonds. So if you've been holding on to the live series, now it's the time to look at it. Let's start there. Let's see who the new diamonds are. It said Julio because this got this is where the defensive stuff come in. So you see here, Aaron Judge gets +1, Jose gets +1, 0 here. Pete Crow got a +3 to his fielding, so he's now basically is matching what some of his other cards do. Byron gets a speed and running aggression input here. Cattell Marte drops 1. They said there were new dimes. I saw a lot. They're probably gonna be way down here. Bobby Witt gets a reaction bonus. Man, they are really just hammering him. Shohei stays the same. Logan Gilbert goes diamond, or no, +2. Dury Pena +2. Acuna +2. So it looks like they're kind of up in these rares. Chapman gets a +3. Okay. Tatis -1. Will Smith -1. Paul Skeens -1. Hader -1. Hunter -2. Ellie stays the same. Juan Soto. Alejandro Kirk goes diamond because this fielding update. Bellinger also gets a +2 as well. Trey Turner +2. Nathan Eovaldi +1. Brian Wu +1 as well. Mike Trout stays the same. Langoliers goes diamond to +7. Holy crap! 26 to blocking. Jesus Christ. Hunter Green +1. Jacob deGrom stays. Joe Ryan stays the same. Kyle Schwarber +3 to diamond. They have the giant power boost and some contact, it looks like. +16 to aggression. Nico Horner goes diamond here as well. It looks like the fielding kind of carried him. Same thing with the clutch. Andy Rodriguez. Edwin goes diamond. Pitching clutch goes up. Case for 9 goes up. It looks like Julio goes +3. They gave him a +5 to fielding. I don't think he deserves a hitting update based on sort of kind of what the numbers say, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? Mason Miller gets a little bit of a boost here as well. Gunnar gets a little bit of a boost. Bryce Harper goes down. Lindor took a huge hit. Good gravy. Bregman stays the same. Alonso -1. Andres Munoz -1. Nick Pivetta goes diamond. I mean, Kyle Tucker's been struggling. But Nick Pivetta goes diamond. It looks like Blake Snell stays. Mookie Betts has dropped a little bit. Paez stays the same, but he does get a fielding boost there, a little bit off the contact. Crochet velocity gets a +99. What the fuck happened there? Rafaela goes diamond with a little bit of contact power. 14 to his fielding. Base running upgrade. Bruce Terang goes diamond. A little bit more power, a little bit more contact. Wyatt Langford stays the same. Manny Machado today's Freeman -1. Sal Frelick on diamond watch now. Is on diamond watch. He's now an 84. Mind you, I think this is sort of like the biggest. I don't want to say the biggest boost, but it's definitely the one where you're gonna have more leeway because it'll some of like you saw, some of these guys got giant boosts. But Perdomo, Diamond Watch, Churio, I assume will be a diamond probably soon. They didn't give any fielding. Nito, I'm kind of shocked with him that he didn't go diamond. They didn't give any fielding, which is interesting because I think his fielding's better than what they say. So that's interesting. Mason Wynn gets an increase. What is... I'm actually curious here. We're gonna look this up. Shortstops. Outs above. Outs above average. Where is he? I'm actually curious. Leaders. Oh no, that's not one of them. That's fine. I'm kind of just curious because he's got to be somewhat up there. Taylor Ward. That's not what I was looking for. I need shortstops is what I need. Mason Wynn's number one. Is he worse than I thought he was? That's interesting. View fielder. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Am I that down? Am I that high on him? Runs for minutes. Oh, hey, what is he? Maybe he is. He's 29th in the league. What the -5 to his right, -2 to his left, -7. What the hell? That seems wrong. And I watch him every day. Okay, alrighty then. Shit. How is Trey Turner that much bet? Am I crazy? All right. I didn't think alrighty then. Well, color me wrong. Okay, that ends that segment of Specs doesn't know stats, so that's everything that happened there. Now let's get into the real good stuff. I want to start in the shop because I want to make sure they didn't drop anything. Oh, they sure as shit did. The shadow drops continue. So let's just get this guy out of the way. 50 home run club. Babe Ruth. Okay, look. 116, 125, 118, 125. You pull him, he's going to be... Yeah, we know. It's not his best card. He probably has one better because usually they give him one with max hitting. He's going to be an expensive lat, and if you pull him, hey, good for you. You got yourself a right fielder or a DH because he can't really field. And he doesn't play first, which is interesting. The headliner, again, we talked about Garrett Cole yesterday. Let's take a look at the Signature Series stuff because this is the more exciting stuff. So the first Signature Series card in the 99 here, and he's going for a fair amount, is Bernie Williams. Max contact, 95 versus right, 104 power versus left. Decent enough reaction out there, decent enough speed to play the field. He could be okay out there. The max contact's kind of nice. I wish he had a little bit more pop, but hey, Yankee fans are probably going to love it because, I mean, it's Bernie. Jay Garrietta, sinker, slider, four-seam, curveball, circle, change, 107, 114, 103, 100. Velocities, 99. Break is there. He doesn't really have anything in the way of quirks that sort of set him apart. He's also fairly expensive. Like, these are the good cards. Here he's gonna have a lot of movement for sure. Good control. Look at the movement on him. Jeez Louise. He'll fit into a lot of rotations if you manage to get him. Next up will be Reggie Sanders. This is 100, 102 versus right, 125, 118 versus left. Decent enough fielding out there and right. Good enough speed to make up for kind of the goldish reaction out there. Not too shabby of a card to get for a 99. It'll help out the Reds theme team here. Next up, Prince Fielder, 116, 125 versus right, 100 flat against lefties. Clutch is 107. Discipline is 125. We all care about that 99 durability. I think he can handle himself at first base. It usually doesn't matter too much, but if you feel more comfortable, you can always just DH him if you don't have a DH or a roving DH. But hey, we can make things. We've made worse things fit. Mark Davis returns this time at the Signature Series. Four-seam, curve, circle change, splitter, slider for the lefty. 45 stamina, 121 hit, 112 K per 9 pitching clutches, max velocities. 82 break is there. Control is okay-ish. Break fantastic. I think he'll slide into people's bullpens fairly well. He's kind of expensive still, but I think he'll drop. I mean, he's a different pitch speed and people don't necessarily like or can control Billy Wagner. He might be an option. Next up, Matt Cain. I think he's going to get shellacked. 4-seam, circle change, curveball, sinker. He has a sinker. What's that sinker at? 82, 78. 101, 109, 100, 100, 125 on the clutch. Decent fielding, breaks there. As we know, velocity isn't quite there. I think he's going to get shelled, to be honest with you. But we'll see. Maybe he pitches a little bit better. But it seems like every card he gets doesn't really do too hot. But who knows? Mike Lowe, someone I don't necessarily think is all that exciting. Overall, I don't think his cards are that great. 103, 91 versus right, 112, 118 versus left for the third baseman. 100 on the clutch, decent enough fielding. 63 speed. Again, he'll help Marlins save team, so that helps. And not too shabby for a 98 card here as well. And then I think this is the last one. Last but not least, Tony Clark. 103, 100, 113, 106, 104 on the clutch. Probably not the worst first base, but probably not the best compared to what something else we got came out. Again, if you're looking at theme teams, he definitely helps the Tigers theme team. Very much so. He's a great guy to have until there's maybe a Torkelson that comes out, but he'll fit it. And a lot of times, I think sometimes that matters. So a lot of these cards have their purposes. Let's talk about the drop 2 stuff here from the Spotlight program. Talked about this. Arbner Uribe. Sinker, slider, 4-seam. I assume he's going to have outlier. He does outlier on the sinker. Max hit per 9, max K per 9, max fishing clutch. Not too shabby of a guy to stick in the bullpen if you do manage to pull him. 3 pitches might scare you, but could be a lot worse. Dalton Varsho here, center fielder. 113, 125, 120, 90. Good fielding, good reaction. He can manage center field for you pretty darn well. Former catcher turned outfielder. Not too shabby of a card. Has a really good swing, so could be decent pickup if you manage to pull him. Now for the cards you probably are going to get. Loris Gurriel, 107, 110, 102, 88 for the Tops Now cards. It looks like they have maxed out at 97. Kind of unfortunate, in my opinion. I wish these cards would have been 99s. I think they would have been fun. Just because, like, the guy hit a 104 mile an hour fastball out. Like, come on. 112 clutch for the left fielder. Again, probably some of the cards you're going to get. Could be, I would assume, fun. Isaac Collins here gets one for a walk-off blast. 106, 100, 101, 90 for the center fielder. Good fielding, decent enough speed. Helps Brewers theme team. And last but not least, CJ Kaufus, 112, 98, 114, 106 for the center fielder, first base, and left fielder. Could be a lot worse. But again, we talked about these cards help theme teams, man. And if you definitely could use them as we get later on in the year. Again, we talked about that. So that's that. Let's get into the new program, starting with, let's just start off with the signature stuff for David Wright. So the first card here is going to be Justin Morneau. I like his swing, so this card's going to probably be with me, at least. 115, 100, 95, 86 against right and left, respectively. 107 clutch. That helps. Decent enough fielding for the 98 Morneau. I don't know. I like Justin Morneau cards. They usually do pretty well for me, so I'm excited. And again, talk about this all the time. Theme teams helps the Twins theme team a lot. Going down the list here, some packs, and the next up is Andy Pettitte. 4-seam cutter, sinker, 12-6 curve, and a slider. Numbers are okay. He is a 99. And again, worst case scenario, he helps out Yankees theme teams, which I know there are a lot of Yankee fans, so this will definitely help. Doesn't have the greatest quirks in the world. However, could he slide into rotation? Probably. I don't see why not. If you pitch him, way worse options out there. You get a signature series pack in here, so meaning you're gonna get 4. The first collection is 7. By the way, we're gonna take a look at the mini series rewards. That is a must do because it's gonna give you, there's a lot of free signature cards and packs in there that are definitely helping with this collection. Get Jorge Posada. We'll get to that momentarily. So there's the pack. We went over it already. And then last but not least, here's David Wright. 118, 102, 125, 111. Great fielding, decent speed. I don't think this is a watered down version. They might boost. He could get another card that's a little bit more boosted, but this feels right-ish. No pun intended. I think this will be a good card. Mets fans, let me know if you think this is a little bit watered down. It doesn't feel like it to me, but then again, I'm not a Mets fan. So this feels David Wright. Like I said, I always wish he maybe had more power, but hey, I think he'll play really, really well in that regard. So again, here's some moments. There's not too many of them. 5, 10, 15, 20 right off the rip. So you'll get more and it looks like there's some missions with Signature Series. So if, like me, I have Corey Kluber, throw Corey Kluber on if you can, and then just knock that out. There's some stats missions with just hitters and pitchers, it looks like. Any player. With any, wait, what? Oh, it's just any of them. So hit 17 home runs. 17 home runs. Strikeout 11, 14 innings pitched, 34 hits, 5 home runs, and then some of the collections if you do get them, and this is your main Signature Series collection. Now, before we get in the collection, one, we're gonna take a look at Spotlight, but two, I want to show off. We're gonna get a lot of stuff for free. So first up, Andrew Kittredge here again. Is he the most exciting? Not really. Sinker, slider, 4-seam splitter, good 106 hit per 9, 125 K per 9 velocity. He could sneak into sub pens, probably not, but he did throw an immaculate inning. Doesn't have really any quirks or anything. I think the control's there, honestly. Breaks there. I think there's worse things for him. He could be a sneaky guy, but again, talk about this all the time. Say it with me. Same teams. Get a pack next up, Jerks and Profar. What a picture. 190, 107, 115 for the left fielder, first baseman for the Braves. 105 clutch. Yeah, they gave him the 99 reaction, 99 arm for it because this is a defensive card. Hey, look at that. And then, of course, you get the new Threads pack. So this is because these cards were very expensive. They really did jump in price. So this will hopefully help lower that price a little bit. August Spotlight for those cards there. And then, of course, Luke Casal. 120, 107, 105, and 97. Vision 100, Discipline 100, Clutch 120. Can run, it looks like. Decent fielding. Not too shabby of a card. He's a 99, so it's free. And again, moments, do your stat missions, all that fun stuff, and you'll get him. And the optional extreme moment is what? Langoliers 3 home run game. Hit 3 home runs with Shane Langoliers on Hall of Fame. Good luck. All right, let's talk about the sneaky way, I think, to get some collection stuff, and then we'll show up the collection stuff. So they did drop a new mini seasons, and this one looks to be pretty delicious. Reason being, so if you go along here, there are 2 cards you can get along the way. So we're gonna keep a count. There's 2, okay? 2 cards, 3 cards at the pack. A deluxe pack, show pack, headliner, jumbo pack, deluxe choice pack, another signature pack. So there's 4, a choice pack again, 5 ball-ins, a deluxe pack, jumbo pack, an 85 plus live series pack, ball-in, mini season, on Santana. There are 5 cards plus the 4. You're getting 9 cards for free just by a lot of grinding. You only need 7 to get Darren O'Day. So realistically, you're getting 10 just by basically playing the game, put a little bit of effort into it and playing the game, which is more than you could probably ask for. So if you're knocking this stuff out, it'll help. You're going to get 10 cards. And there's, like they said, there's 54. There's a bunch of hacks and a free 85 live series card, which is always helpful. Now for the collections, the collection reward to get Jorge Posada. So we looked at all of them. Let's take a look at the first one, mind you. And then at that point, all you need is 5. You only need 5 cards to get Jorge Posada, which if you got Carlos, you only need 4. So like me, I only need 4 because I got Corey. So you really only need 3 if you got live series done. I think that's not too shabby. And so let's talk about Darren O'Day. Darren O'Day is the first card we get here. 99 Darren O'Day. Phil Carapatuch with Sam is what it's 24. 125 hit, 120 K per 9, 104 walk. Clutch is up there as well. Slider, sinker, 4-seam, circle change. Throws funky as all hell. I love him. Angels legend. He'll be in a lot of people's pens, so get used to seeing him. And of course, hit Jorge. I assume this card's gonna be dirty. Let's see. Yeah, 116, 112, 125, 106, 120 clutch. He's a big catcher for a lot of people, and he's only 15 cards. And again, as I just said, we basically get 10 for free. And depending on if you got Kluber or not, you could have 11 cards by the end of mini seasons. So you only need 3, and if you have Carlos, you only need to buy 3. I don't think this collection is necessarily going to be overly difficult. I don't know how expensive some of the lower round stuff will be if you don't get them all. But in terms of that, so if you're pulling like the lower round stuff here, let's just say, if these are lower round guys, like these are the ones you're gonna get. So in terms of packs, we know you're getting what, 3. So you could realistically fork out, and they're going to go down. You're probably going to get them for fairly cheap, which is pretty good for what that card is. I can't really complain. You can't really complain a whole lot. I mean, you can. I wouldn't suggest it, but ultimately that is that, and that's everything. That is all that we've discussed. There's no more to be seen, nothing to be had. That is a lot, and I think it was a good thing. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go clean out my binder. And you might be thinking, why would you do that? Well, I haven't done it in a while, and a lot of things got updated. So I gotta do some binder clearing, and hopefully we'll have some stats. We're almost at 50k, so if we get a little bit more, that would be helpful. But yeah. Well, that's everything. That was a pretty big update, and there's more stuff on the way, so stay tuned for more of that. We'll be back probably Monday, sort of talking about everything collectively. We'll figure something out to talk about Monday. Sorry, videos were a little disrupted this week. Hopefully we'll be back to short normal in the next coming weeks or so. But leave a comment down below. What's your favorite card that came out today? Are you excited for a free David Wright? The game's taking shape, and cards are starting to... We opened Pandora's box. We haven't closed it, so that's always nice. So let me know down below what your favorite thing was. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.